The United States President has arrived at Beijing's Great Hall of the People, accompanied by a delegation of America's most prominent billionaire CEOs. Apple's Tim Cook and NVIDIA's Jensen Huang highlight deep tech integration with Chinese infrastructure, corporations with valuations exceeding the stock markets of many G20 nations. While previous administrations relied on aggressive trade rhetoric, the tone in Beijing has shifted toward praise, with the U.S. president treating the Chinese leader as an honored guest rather than a rival. This delegation is seeking specific commercial commitments, urging Beijing to resume large-scale purchases of American soybeans and secure new orders for Boeing aircraft to support U.S. manufacturing. This scene suggests a shift in the global balance of power, with the world's largest economy actively petitioning its primary competitor for market access. This chart shows that China now handles 30% of the world's manufacturing output. That single figure is larger than the output of the next 4 industrial nations combined. Supporting this industrial base is China's control over rare earth elements, the critical minerals required for smartphones, electric vehicles, and high-performance semiconductors. The U.S. military is a major consumer of these materials. A single F-35 fighter jet requires 900 pounds of rare earth minerals to function. This creates a cycle of dependency. To replace the missiles and interceptors depleted in recent conflicts, the U.S. defense industry must source the foundational minerals from Chinese suppliers. China currently processes over 90% of the global rare earth supply, giving them significant influence over the production of advanced electronics worldwide. When Washington recently proposed new tariffs, Beijing responded by restricting the export of these minerals. The resulting supply chain pressure led the U.S. to scale back its trade threats. In the field of artificial intelligence, China now holds 60% of all global patents. Their focus has moved from simple assembly to the development of core software and algorithms. Advanced semiconductor design remains a primary point of U.S. leverage, which explains why NVIDIA's leadership was included in the Beijing summit. China is attempting to bypass this remaining gap by investing over 1 trillion yuan annually into domestic semiconductor research and development. This massive technological expansion marks the conclusion of China's long-standing policy of keeping a low profile on the international stage. Their highly anticipated recent military parades have publicly showcased bold new capabilities, including hypersonic anti-ship missiles and AI-integrated stealth drones. By combining its manufacturing dominance with rapid gains in high-end tech, Beijing has created a geopolitical environment that complicates the effectiveness of traditional Western economic pressure. On paper, the United States still maintains the world's largest economy. This scale shows a nominal GDP of $30 trillion, compared to China's $20 trillion. This lead is supported by the global dominance of the US dollar and a vast network of international military and intelligence alliances. But the rate of growth suggests a different future. China's economy is expanding at double the pace of the United States. When we look at purchasing power parity, which measures actual physical production, China overtook the US 10 years ago, and that gap has only grown since. China's massive trade surplus has allowed it to build its own global infrastructure network, providing an alternative to Western-led financial systems. While other nations grapple with internal political divisions, China has spent 4 decades following a consistent long-term strategy for industrial expansion. The images of American CEOs in Beijing reflect a world where the conditions of global trade and technology are increasingly being decided in China.